Hello, people of the internet. I'm Nick from RC Magic, and today, the November format is going into effect in about 36 hours after the time this video goes up. So I've made Yosenjus again. So, here we go. Most of you know what these cards already do, but because I have new subscribers, I have to explain this to you people. 3 Yosenju comma 1, I call him God, because he's the best monster in the deck. He can bounce any face-up card on your opponent's side of the field once per turn. Now let's just say you have 2 comma 1s on the field, you can bounce 2 cards. If you somehow get all 3, you can bounce 3 face-up cards on your opponent's side of the field. This does target, which means Cosmo, and they can pretty easily get around this guy, but we have ways of getting over there. Stupid douchebags. But yeah, just bouncing things is fun. Bouncing their Cosmo Town is fun. Bouncing their Thunder King is fun. 3 comma 2, he's Abraham. The 1800 attack is relevant because he can just get over that Denko, and if they don't have protection for it, then you win. I mean, like, the reason they summon Denko is because they want to beat you, and if you can kill their Denko, then you probably win the game. He can attack directly with Val damage is cut in half, so he's the weakest of effects. And push it all are still going to be playable, so it's the fact that you can go attack directly, attack directly, attack directly. They're not going to get value unless they flip Fusion, then you flip Vanities and they can't play. 3 Yosenju comma 3, aka Jesus. He lets you search any Yosenju out of the deck when a Yosenju deals damage. So if he attacks directly, goes through, this triggers. You search comma 1 and you get value. And if 2 of them are on the field and 1 deals damage, the other one triggers. It can't be this specific card. It doesn't mean it can't be another copy of itself. The only way that would happen is if someone Valors you, and if they do, they're bad. They're really bad. A Valor sucks this format. 2 Sujic. You know, he's the hand trap. He is... Who is it? He's Hagar. He's the slave. He's just, you know... Why are all these guys super and secret when he's a common? Like, come on. Get your stuff together. But yeah, he's the hand trap. So if they Valor you, they're thinking, okay, I'm going to make a giant... Or like, they Valor your comma 2 with a Tenki, and they go Forerunner attack. You're like, Sujic? And then they go to activate the effect in the graveyard, and they're like, secret move. And then it's like, okay. And at that point, you win. So I'm just going to scoop these guys up real fast. 2 copies of Yosenju. He's Noah. But yeah, when he is the Pendulum Zone, he's a 3 scale, which is irrelevant because you don't Pendulum Summon in this deck. But if he's in the Pendulum Zone, if your Yosenjus would be destroyed, you can send this to the extra deck and they're not, so relevancy. And then if he's a monster, he's in defense and 21 defense. And then none of your Yosenjus can be targeted. So, well, except him. But yeah, just Pokemon is going to be a really good card, and they're not going to stop your combat. And then 1 Thunder King. I really debated on playing all my anti-search in the deck. And I've decided because Magic Specters do search on basically every summon, that I need to keep in some level of anti-search with the rest of it in my side deck, so that I can beat the Pendulum decks, I can beat Magic Specters. That's it for monsters at 14, onto the spells. Your stereotypical 9 consistency in the form of 3 Fire Formation Tenki. You have 11 targets in your deck, so 3 Pod Duality, this can get you really any of your top 3. You never special summon, so this is fine. And if you are going to special summon, then just don't activate the Duality. Where is it? 3 Upstart Hoban. Just, you want extra consistency in the deck, and this helps out with it. Because sometimes you can go Upstart Duality Tenki, get your comma 1, and then you can go nuts. So, that's interesting. I mean, I like the fact that the deck is consistent, and that's why you can play so much anti-search, is because you just search, then summon anti-search, and then you win. So yeah. 2 Dark Hole, I was playing 1, but because decks are going to be super stunny, and very just do nothing, this makes them do something. Because when you activate Dark Hole, and you nuke their board, you're saying to yourself, okay, you have no board presence, unless you're playing Cosmo. In that case, if you're against Cosmo, and you're in game 1, and there's no Necromatters in the deck anymore, I'm going to say that. When you activate Dark Hole, you have to be super careful that you're ready for whatever they can bust out. Or run them out of cards in their hand when they go for their Farm Roll. You can just, you know, when they activate E-Telly, you Mind Crush the Forerunner. You don't want to name it when they summon the Farm Roll when they search, because then they can chain, and then you discard and you go neg for no reason. But that'll probably be the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Tips and tricks, is activation timing and when to use it, but that's not the point of this video. But this is just to make your opponent do something. This is just to say, you have no board anymore, you need to do something else, I'm just going to beat you. I don't want to do this, but I'm maining 2 MST. Just the pendulum decks are running everywhere, and I need to hit their scale, and I need to hit their field spell, and I need to do a bunch of other unfair stuff. MST helps out. I just want to play more traps, but guess I gotta do MST for now. And then I main deck 1 Book of Moon, because Burning Abyss is still going to be a deck, and for those of you who don't know, a face-down monster on Burning Abyss' side of the field will mean any Burning Abyss that they summon is just immediately going to be destroyed. So let's just say they normal summon a Graph and you Book of Moon it. Now if they special summon a Seer, the Seer automatically dies. That's it for spells at 14. Traps, we play 2 Infernity Barrier, the Yosenju secret move. I was thinking about putting this to 3 and taking out the Book of Moon, or maybe Thunder King. Depends on what I see at some of the locals that I go to, and when I go to regionals and I see what I really need to do to this deck to make it tier 1 when Breakers of Shadow come out, because that's just going to make this game drop on its balls. But yeah, this is not once per turn, just when a spell trap is activated or a monster effect. If you have a face-up Yosenju card and all face-up monsters you control are Yosenjus, negate the activation and destroy it. It's a counter trap. So if you only have your Pendulum, no other monsters, all your monsters are technically Yosenju, so you can activate this, and that's the end of it. Just you can do it. It's been ruled that way by official Konami, and yeah. For the anti-search, 2 Mind Crush, 2 Mirror Force still in here. I mean, I want to cut this out, but the thing is, I need to protect myself from Pendulum decks, because if I have Mirror Force macro, they lose, because all their Pendulum monsters get banished instead of going to extra deck. That's why macro is still in the deck, because when you do something to their Pendulum monsters, they don't go to extra, they get banished. Best trap in the game. The best trap in the deck, Torrential, is because you can summon 4 Yosenjus, flip Torrential, then use the Pendulum to protect and nuke their board. I play Bottomless because the Pendulum decks are so thing when they Pendulum summon 4, just flip Bottomless and you win. I'm still playing Compulse. I don't know if I want to play Compulse or not. It's really... still thinking about it, but right now I need to. V1 Vanity's Emptiness, because until I can play 3 of this card, I'm going to. And then Macrocosmos, because this is an infinite combo. If you have Macro Vanities, then they can't special. Either can you, but it doesn't matter. Just this combo is ridiculous, because any card that would go to the grave is banished, which means Vanities is never going to die. And again, Mirror Force plus Macro against Pendulum decks equals they lose. So, that's it for the main deck. On to the extra. I'm sorry, there's like 6 proxies in there. I only actually have 9 for the extra deck, but I'm going to say what the proxies are. This is Rhapsody and Berserk. I still think Burning Abyss and whatnot are going to be good decks. So, for right now, just you can make a Rhapsody, get rid of their grave. You can put this on like your Ragnar Zero. Make it 36 and just beat stuff in the face. 3 Gaga Cowboy. I only have 1. I'm trying to buy 2. I really am. Now some of you think, oh, 3 Cowboy, that's overkill, but why not? You can make 3 Cowboy in a match. I've made 3 Cowboys in a match, and you win at that point. Because each Cowboy represents 1,600 damage, 4,800 damage. 3 2s is 2,700, that's 7,300 points of damage. And when your monsters get through, which most likely they will, then you just win. 1 Dweller, Pendulum decks, this guy's going to be really good. It's a Steel Storm Roach. 1 Gaga Samurai. This is a Lightning Chidori that Chris is going to let me borrow for locals and whatnot. Lightning Chidori is so good because all the Yosenjus are win attribute, so that'll come into effect with a side deck card. Castel. Black Ship's going to be really good to get rid of problems. I don't know if I want to play Pappy Operative, but I am, because again, everything is just going to be set, a monster, pass. You can go make Pappy Operative, flip it, and then it was at 600, so these 2 make a combo. Tiger King to get 10 keys, and if he dies, you get 2 monsters. Ragnar Zero, because things are going to alter attack and defense. And Dark Rebellion, because he's a staple. So now I'm going to move on to my last 2 proxies. These are your skill drain outs. Gem Knight Pearl. The reason I like Gem Knight Pearl is because if Burning Abyss flips skill drain, you can just go comma 2, make it live with a Sujik, summon a comma 3, make Gem Knight Pearl, and you can just kill their Dantes. Just keep killing the Dantes. And then Crazy Box is your other out. You'll make Crazy Box. Well, you'll actually make Pearl first, because Pearl's 26, and it's not as big. If they kill the Pearl, then you can go into Crazy Box, and if they kill both, then you lose. But those would be my skill drain outs, and that's my extra deck. I'll probably have to tune it and whatnot, but now we go to the side. I'll side the Commandant, because against BA and Cosmo, I want Necro Valleys. 1 creature swap. Again for Cosmo, because you can't target Forerunner or Dark Destroyer. So what you can do is you can summon out a Yosenju, use the effect to bring out a Sujic, and then Sujic can boost itself, then you activate this. You get your Dark Destroyer, they get your Comma 3 or whatever. Sujic beats over the Comma 3, and then Dark Destroyer gets in for 3k. And now you have a Cosmo monster that they have to deal with. I still side 2 solo release because BA, Infernoid, and Cosmo are decks. The third MST is in the side deck. Also, the 2 Necro Valleys are in the side deck. Necro Valley is not a bad card. This engine's not bad, but I do not recommend maining. If you're playing GK, then do it. Onto the traps. This is my tech, 2 Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi. This is a normal trap that says tribute 1 wind attribute monster. Then you can, I think it says select 1 card in your opponent's side of the field and return it to the bottom of the deck. So I don't know if it targets or not. I think I have a more recent wording of it around here somewhere. Pile. I actually think I'm using it as a proxy. Hold on a second here. I'm really sorry about this, guys, but I want to see if I can give you the most recent wording of this card, because you deserve to know all the information. Nope. No, I don't have a recent wording, unfortunately. I believe it says target a card, so it's not good against Cosmo, but what it is good against is it's good against BA, and it's good against Infernoid. Because if they go for a huge monster, then you can just activate this, go away. It just gets it off the field. And the thing is, if they veil your monster, you can secret move whatever they do, and then when they go to kill it, you can go Miyabi, tribute it, and get rid of your monster. It's really good. It's actually decent against Cosmo, because Slip Rider is the best one in the deck against you, so you can just get rid of Slip Rider. 2 Malevolent Catastrophe. Whenever your opponent declares an attack, it nukes all spell and traps on the board. So when that Magic Spectre guy goes and attacks you directly when they nuke your board, you flip this and you nuke everything. Because they have a lot of spell and traps built into their archetype. BA and Magic Spectre with the Mirror Match. Because in the Mirror Match, both of you are going to set a lot of back row. Just get rid of it. 2 Imperial Iron Wall. Cosmo, Infernoid, Ritual Beast, some level of Necros, and whatever else banishes. And then 2 Light Mirror, because Cosmo and Satellar Knights are going to be decks, and you want to beat them. So anyway, guys, that is my Yosenju deck profile for the November 2015 format. I would love to hear in the description below. Believe me, Abi targets a card. Please let me know in the comments below. That'd be great. But yeah, this deck's pretty budget. It's also decent. You know, play lose a turn and whatnot if you have them. But this is just the version I'm going to play at locals and with some guys at school. Anyway, I'm Nick from City Magic. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video as soon as I hit the record button.